Hi everyone, welcome to English class. How are you doing? Let us deal the remaining part of the lesson in this session. Let us see the overview of this lesson. It consists of reading, working with the text, working with the language, comprehension check, speaking and writing, and the schoolboy. Now let us see what we have in this session. In this paragraph, we will cover the textual explanation, working with the text, and some meanings and assessment. By the end of the session, you will be able to identify the qualities that play a major role in climbing mountains, learn the meaning of some new words, describe scenario of climbing Mount Everest, express your own way of climbing Mount Everest, enjoy the poem The Schoolboy, answer the questions under working with the text and working with the language, write your own reflective piece about personal journeys and struggles, write a simple composition on climbing Mount Everest. Okay, children, now let us deal the next paragraph. Looking back, I find that I have not yet fully explained why I climb Everest. It is like answering a question: why you breathe? Why do you help your neighbor? Why do you want to do good acts? There is no final answer possible. And then there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. The man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. In this paragraph, upon reflection, the author realizes that he has yet to disclose the true reason behind Everest climb. He draws a parallel by posing questions about why humans breathe, help others, or do good deeds, acknowledging that answers to these questions are elusive. He also highlights how Everest is not solely a physical ascent, but rather a transformative experience that embodies a sense of insignificance in the vastness of the universe, both for the climber and their problems. Now, just answer this simple question: why does the author compare climbing Everest to breathing or doing good acts? For that, the answer is it A, to explain that there is no final answer for why he climbed Everest, or is it B, to suggest that climbing Everest is as natural as breathing or doing good acts, or is it C, to emphasize that breathing helps others and climbing Everest are all difficult tasks, or is it D, to argue that climbing Everest is a more important task than breathing or doing good acts? What is the answer? Yes, it is this A, to explain that there is no final answer for why he climbed Everest. Okay, children, now let us see the next paragraph. The physical conquest of a mountain is only one part of the achievement. There is more to it than that. It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. There is the satisfaction of a deep urge to rise above one's surroundings. It is the external love for adventure in man. The experience is not merely physical, it is emotional, it is spiritual. Let us learn the meaning of the highlighted word. The first one, conquest, conquering. Conquest, conquering. In this paragraph, the author suggests that surpassing physical obstacles is just a part of the accomplishment of climbing Everest. There are deeper aspects to it, including a sense of fulfillment, a compelling urge to transcend current circumstances, and unwavering thirst for adventure. Thus, the experience encompasses not only the physical realm but also the emotional and spiritual dimensions. Now answer this simple question in yes or no. Is the conquest of a mountain solely a physical achievement? Is it yes or no? Yes, you are right. It is no. The conquest of a mountain is not solely a physical achievement. Okay, children, now let us see the next paragraph. Consider a typical climb towards the summit on the last heights. You are sharing a rope with another climber. You firm in, he cuts the steps in the hard ice. Then he belays and you inch your way up. The climb is grim. You strain every nerve as you take every step. Famous climbers have left records of the help given by others. They have also recorded how they needed just that help. Else, they might have given up. Breathing is difficult. You curse yourself for having let yourself in for this. You wonder why you ever undertook the ascent. Now, children, let us observe the highlighted words. There are moments when you feel like going back. It would be sheer relief to go down instead of up. But almost at once, you snap out of that mode. There is something in you that does not let you give up the struggle. And you go on. Your companion keeps up with you just another 50 feet or 100 maybe. You ask yourself, is there no end? You look at your companion and he looks at you. You draw inspiration from each other and then, without first being aware of it, you are at the summit. Now let us learn some meanings of the highlighted word. Firm in, make yourself firm. Firm in, make yourself firm. Belays, fixes a rope. Belays, fixes a rope. Grim, harsh. Grim, harsh. Ascent, climb. Ascent, climb. In this paragraph, the author describes a challenging climb to a summit where they rely on a companion to fix ropes and make progress. The altitude, cold temperature, and difficulty of breathing make them question their decision to undertake the climb. However, they find inner strength and motivation to keep going with their companion by their side. Finally, they reach the summit without even realizing it. What is the experience of climbing towards the summit like, according to the passage? Is it A, easy and effortless? Or is it B, challenging and difficult? Or is it C, exciting and adventurous? Or is it D, pleasant and enjoyable? What might be the answer? Yes, it is B, challenging and difficult. State whether the following statement is true or false. The author describes the experience of looking down from the summit of a mountain is honorable and enchanting. Is it true or false? Yes, you're right. It is true. Okay, children, coming to the next paragraph. Looking around from the summit, you tell yourself that it was worthwhile. Other silvery peaks appear through the clouds. If you're lucky, the sun may be on them. The surrounding peaks look like a jewel necklace around the neck of your summit. Below, you see vast valleys sloping into the distance. It is an ennobling, enriching experience to just look down from the summit of a mountain. You bow down and make your obeisance to whichever god you worship. Now, children, let us observe the highlighted words. Now, let us learn the meaning of the highlighted words. First one, ennobling. Give someone a noble rank or a title. Ennobling. Give someone a noble rank or title. Next one, obeisance. Differential respect. Obeisance. Differential respect. In this paragraph, upon reaching the summit, the author reflects that the struggles and hardships were worthwhile. From the vantage point of the summit, other peaks can be seen through the clouds, and if lucky, they may be illuminated by sunlight. The nearby peaks appear like jeweled necklace surrounding the summit. Looking down from the mountain's peak, the vast valley spreads out in the distance. This experience of looking down from the mountain summit is considered honorable and enriching. The author also mentions that act of bowing down and paying respects to the god one worships as a customary practice on the mountain top. Now, children, let us see the next paragraph. Let's answer this simple question. What is the author's experience upon reaching the summit of a mountain? Is it A, disappointment, B, anger, C, enrichment, or is it D, fear? What is the answer? Yes, it is C, enrichment. Coming to the next paragraph. I left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. Rawat left a picture of Goddess Durga. Pu Dorji left a relic of the Buddha. Edmund Hillary, who had buried a cross under a cairn in the snow. These are not symbols of conquest, but of reverence. The experience of having climbed to the summit changes you completely. Now, children, observe the highlighted words. Now let us learn the meanings of the highlighted words. Relic, artifact. Relic, artifact. Reverence, deep respect for someone or something. Reverence, deep respect for someone or something. In this paragraph, the author and his fellow climbers, Rawat and Podorji, left pictures and relics of Guru Nanak Dev, Goddess Durga, and Buddha respectively on Everest. Edmund Hillary also built a cross under a heap of rocks in the snow. The author emphasizes that these gestures are not just symbols of accomplishment, but rather expression of respect and admiration, as the experience of climbing the summit transforms a person completely. Let's answer this simple question in yes or no. Did the author and his fellow climbers leave pictures and relics of religious figures on Everest? This is an easy one. You can answer it. Yes. The answer is yes, they did it. Coming to the next paragraph. There is another summit. It is within yourself. It is in your own mind. Each man carries within himself his own mountain peak. He must climb it to reach to a fuller knowledge of himself. It is fearful and unscalable. It cannot be climbed by anyone else. You yourself have to do it. The physical act of climbing to the summit of a mountain outside is akin to the act of climbing the mountain within. The effects of both the climbs are the same, whether the mountain you climb is physical or emotional and spiritual. The climb will certainly change you. It teaches you much about the world and about yourself. Now, children, observe the highlighted word. The meaning of the highlighted word akin means similar. Akin, similar. In this paragraph, the author discusses the concept of a inner summit, a peak within one's own mind that needs to be climbed to achieve self-awareness. He compares this inner climb to physical mountain climbing, stating that both have similar effects and can bring about significant changes in a person. He emphasizes that this inner journey is unique to each individual and cannot be measured. Now just answer this simple question. What does the author compare to climbing a physical mountain in the passage? Is it A, inner summit within one's mind? Or is it B, emotional journey? Or is it C, spiritual awakening? Or is it D, world exploration? Come on, guess. Yes, the answer is inner summit within one's mind. Now coming to the next paragraph. I venture to think that my experience as an Everester has provided me with the inspiration to face life's ordeals resolutely. Climbing the mountain was a worthwhile experience. The conquest of the internal summit is equally worthwhile. The internal summits are perhaps higher than Everest. Children, now observe the highlighted words. Now let us learn some meanings of the highlighted words. The first one, ordeals, painful experiences. Ordeals, painful experiences. Resolutely, with determination or firmness. Resolutely, with determination or firmness. In this paragraph, the author reflects on how his experience as an Everester has provided him with the strength and inspiration to face life's challenges with determination. He believes that just as climbing Everest was a worthwhile experience, conquering the inner summit within oneself is even more significant. Additionally, he asserts that internal summits are higher in importance than the physical summit of Everest. With this, we come to the end of our reading section. Now answer this simple question. What is the author's perspective on the significance of conquering the inner summit within oneself compared to climbing Everest? Is it A, climbing Everest is more significant? Is it B, conquering the inner summit is more significant? Or C, both are equally significant? Or is it D, the author does not mention a preference? Yeah, this is an easy one and you can easily answer it. Yes, you're right. The answer is conquering the inner summit is more significant. In the working with the text part, we have two questions, and first one is answer the following questions, under which we have 7 questions. Let us try to answer them individually. Let us see the first question. What are the 3 qualities that played a major role in the author's climb? The 3 qualities that played a major role in author's climb are endurance, persistence, and willpower. Coming to the second question, why is adventure, which is risky, also pleasurable? For that the answer, an adventure which is risky in nature offers great challenges and obstacles in its path. Human beings attain immense pleasure and satisfaction in overcoming those obstacles. Coming to the third question, what was it about Mount Everest that the author found irresistible? For that the answer, the author could not resist climbing Mount Everest because it is the highest and mightiest. It has defied many attempts. It demands one's last ounce of energy. Coming to the fourth one does not do it, climb a high peak, for fame alone. What does one do it for really? For that the answer, climbing the highest peak is not just about fame, but it's also a test of endurance, persistence and willpower. It has the capacity to transform a person spiritually and emotionally, leaving them forever changed. Here comes the fifth question. He becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. This awareness defines an emotion mentioned in the first paragraph. Which is the emotion? The answer for that is, after ascending the highest peak, the individual becomes acutely aware of their insignificance in the vast universe, and this realization encapsulates the impact of humility on their being. Now let's see the next question. Here comes the sixth question. What were the symbols of reverence left by the members of the team on Everest? For that, the answer is, the author left on the Mount Everest a picture of Guru Nanak, Rawat left a picture of Goddess Durga, Pooh Dorji left a relic of the Buddha, and Edmund Hillary had buried a cross under the crane, a heap of rocks and stones in the snow. Let's go to the last question. Coming to the last question, the seventh one. What, according to the writer, did his experience as an Everester teach him? The answer for that, the writer's experience as an Everester taught him that conquering the summit within oneself is equally worthwhile, and internal summits are even higher than the physical summit of Everest. Now let us see the second part of the working with the text on page number 80. Coming to the second part of the working with the text, the instruction given to us is, write a sentence against each of the following statements. Your sentence should explain the statement. You can pick out sentences from the text and rewrite them. The first one has been done for you. Here comes the first one. The experience changes you completely. The line from the text is, one who has been to the mountains is never the same again. Now let's see the second one. Man takes delight in overcoming obstacles. For that, we have taken the line from the text. The obstacles in climbing a mountain are physical. A climb to a summit means endurance, persistence, and willpower. The demonstration of these physical qualities is no doubt exhilarating. The third one, mountains are nature at its best. For that, the line from the text, mountains are a means of communion with God. Here comes the fourth one. The going was difficult, but after effects were satisfying. For that, the answer, the physical conquest of a mountain is only one part of the achievement. There is more to it than that. It is followed by a sense of fulfillment. Now, the fifth one. The physical conquest of a mountain is really a spiritual experience. For that, there is the fact that Everest is not just a physical climb. The man who has been to the mountain top becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe.